Hey Soccerholics, it's Ben here. Pretty excited for today as we're about to cover a brand new team and location for the first time ever. It's Aston Villa Football Club. Now the Villains haven't won the league since 23rd of August and are currently in the relegation zone in 18th place. They face a tough home test today against Burnley from Villa Park. I've come to the Peacock Public House here in Little Italy to capture a unique atmosphere and talk with the fans. Up next, it's Villa versus the Clarets on match day number 7 in the English Premier League.
Outlanders in the sky, Outlanders in the sky.
Well, it's a really interesting game. Aston Villa 2, Burnley 2 at Villa Park. Burnley had a goal disallowed for VAR. A lot of players on the pitch. Quite interesting game, personally, I thought. I'm here with the fans of Aston Villa Sports Club here at the Peacock Public House in Little Italy, Toronto. Guys, let's chat with you first. Luke here to my right. Let's just get a review of the game, what you thought of that.
Do you know what? I think it's a perfect description of Villa's season thus far. Unable to see a game out. 65, 68 minutes, fantastic. Great energy. I think some of the hardest working midfielders in the Premier League. John McGinn will be in a top 4 team next year if he doesn't stay with us. And Grealish again working super hard. Mings at the back, unbelievable centre back. But yet again, we're missing in areas that we need people to be finishing. So we paid 22 million for this Wesley. Yeah. We know he's got ability, that's what we've been told. He's not offering anything. He's not winning balls in the air, he's not winning balls to feet, he looks lazy. And you know, we've Keenan Davis sat on the bench. He had a great run in the Cup last week. Looks fantastic, and yet we're not giving him the opportunity. So it's frustrating. We all know at this stage that the VAR is completely against us, so it's fine. Yeah. I think we'll be the first team to legally sue a robot come the end of the year. But it's at this stage, like, what more can you say? Like, we have been the better team in every game, bar maybe Crystal Palace. Yeah. You know, up to 65 minutes, we are strong. We go forward well. We've moved well. We play exciting football, and then every time we concede that goal, not only do we look like drawing the game, we look like losing the game, and it's through stupid decisions or it's through inabilities to hold the ball up at the top of the pitch.
Yeah. Let's talk about the goal in the first half. So the VAR happened, and then all of a sudden they kick off and they start playing, and then they brought it back. How frustrating is that for you as a fan, knowing that you're 1-0 up, and then it should have been, surely VAR should be much shorter than that in that sense?
Oh God, yeah. I don't even know where to begin. It's the most frustrating thing. I think Luke pretty much summed up like everything I would say, really. He took everything out of my work. Yeah. He even said something that I said to him earlier on.
Yeah. Did you feel? I took his notes. Yeah. I felt the first half was much more vibrant for you, but then the second half it was just something weird, and then a lot of players started going down.
It's just like I love Dean Smith. He's a proper Villa fan, but he doesn't. It's like I understand that you've spent all this money and you want your players to come out and prove themselves, but he's the leader, he's the manager. He should have taken Wesley off in the 60th minute, but Davis on. Like, Davis has nothing to lose, everything to go for. He'd come on and he'd go for it. He's just a strong, maraudering forward, and stick him on and he'll do it. Yeah. He'll do it for you. Yeah. Like Wesley just isn't cutting it. I'm sure he'll come good. Yeah. But right now he's just not doing it.
All right, let's go back a bit. So beginning of the season, you know, I want to know what your reaction was when you had the playoff game. What was it like for you as a fan? Did you feel like you were celebrating as if you won the league that day, or were you celebrating you're going back to top flight football?
Yeah, I was actually in an interesting spot. I was actually on the golf course, and I couldn't. My nerves, my nerves. I couldn't do it. I stopped playing for 9 holes. As soon as we went up, I was like, oh, I have to watch this. I couldn't focus on any golf shots. So, like, oh, this could be it. We could be back up. You know, we could be, celebrating and whatnot. And I'm glad that we did it. So it was a nervous time for us fans, us supporters.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Let me go and switch places. I'm going to chat with. This is Brett. Brett's the chairman of the supporters club. Brett, what is it like supporting a team that's not as recognised as the top 6 teams? And how did you come across getting this as a supporters club?
Well,
It used to be, right? It did used to be.
I like to think we're pretty recognisable. Obviously, pretty famous colours.
Yeah.
With the founding fathers as well, can I remind you
That's
of?
right, yeah,
and
of
we've
course.
won a European Cup.
I know. I mean, I'm talking about people around the world might not know who Aston Villa are. Like playing from America, maybe even Lionel Messi might not even know who Aston Villa is. But you never know.
I hope he does, but maybe next year.
Yeah.
So we were founded in 1874. We've been around for 100 and whatever years. The supporters clubs are a relatively new thing, even though there's been I would say supporters around the world. With this kind of Lions Club is maybe in the late 90s. It's nice for everyone to get together. Yeah. So they get people like myself and other chairmen around the world, gathering people around North America, and there's a huge in Dubai, Ireland, and we all get together to watch the games together. So it's nice to get that kind of feel of Villa Park or away from home, because it's a lot of expats, and it's nice to have a feeling of being at home without being at home.
I feel very at home. I'm British, and it's great to chat with the fans here. Yourself, so your name is?
Christy.
Christy, how long have you been supporting, and what makes you love Aston Villa?
Yeah, my whole life, my whole family, massive Villa fans. So I've grown up, first game, it's like 5 years old in the whole end. I've been there ever since. But moving over here, like Brett said, it's just such great to have like a little family, a little taste of home over here. So it's great.
And then just back with Luke. Just going to end off with Luke. So a couple of things. Where do you realistically see Villa finishing this season?
Hopefully 17.
Yeah.
Most people would just say to stay up.
No, I don't want to say that. Listen, as Brett pointed out, we're not talking about a small club, and anyone that wants to pretend that we are is kidding themselves. We are a founding father. We're one of the most iconic football teams in the world. In my eyes, we are. We're known. We have fan bases everywhere. And if we are able to start playing football like you'd expect, and to see a game through, if Dean Smith can start realising he has to, 22 million is great, but if he's not performing, he's like any other individual on that pitch or off that pitch, you take him off. And we have to stop expecting our midfield to do everything, because if you're a midfielder and you're having to work back and forwards for 65 minutes, I don't care how fit you are. We could sign anyone, it wouldn't matter, and they couldn't do it. Mo Farah couldn't do that for 65 minutes. So it's a case of we need to start realising that we're weak in certain areas. If people aren't performing, drop them and give them a reason to work. There's a pride when you put that badge on. You're not just playing for a football team. You're playing for the pride of the Villa, the pride of the Midlands, the pride of England. Alex of the Midlands, the pride of England.
I love that.
It is, but it's we have to start realising on our potential, because we have some of the best players in the league in our midfield. Tyrone Mings will start for England, and him and Maguire are England centre-back partnership. For sure, the way he's playing. But if we keep performing like this, it is going to be a really, really awkward season. And I really think we'll scratch, maybe 16th. But if we can actually, January will be big time. I think if we keep, Wesley is not performing and we're still losing that depth, we're going to have to sign a striker in January. If we do, it could be good.
I was going to say, January acquisitions, it's maybe talk of maybe Grealish leaving at that time.
Yeah,
he's a great player, but you think...
He's it's funny, my brother was here, just gone. Unfortunately, he's a blue nose, and so I've suffered a lot, It's just when life couldn't be hard enough at 5'7". So it devastated me with that one, but our beautiful Aisha over here was very quick to shoot that idea down, and I think it's true. There's no way that he'll leave in January, because he's a Villa boy, and we've made him captain of his team, of his boyhood club. He will go in the summer if we don't do better, because he has bigger propositions. He has bigger prospects. He won't get an England call-up in the Championship. He just won't. The midfield of England's too competitive. So he will move on. But, January, we need a finisher. I don't know where that comes from. I don't think we go international. I don't think we bring in a foreign, unproven player. I think we need someone who's a little bit older. Peter Crouch, see what he's up to. He's doing a podcast. I'm sure he does a little run around. But we need someone who knows where to be, and we need that greedy player. We need that Van Nistelrooy. We need someone who's not that talented.
Glenn Murray.
He's always, he knows where to be. And we're getting the supply in. We've got the likes of Trezeguet. We've got the likes of El Ghazi. Ozzy McGinn, Horahan can put in. Horahan can put in.
Position is very off.
Yeah, it's killing us.
It's like I'm sure he's a good finisher on the training pitch, but when you're on the pitch, it's different on the training pitch and on playing in the game. It's chalk and cheese.
All right, and then just lastly, before I came in here, I didn't realise that this place is shared with two other Premier League teams. Yeah. What's it like when the other team over here, you've got Crystal Palace, and upstairs you've got Newcastle? What's it like? I mean, do you ever get into arguments? Any beer throwing around?
Small teams,
Proper-
aren't they, mate? Newcastle.
I mean, how did that come across? Did it?
So far, it's been all right.
Okay.
He gets a bit hairy sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's football. It's
Yeah.
the banter wagon, whatever you want to
You
call it.
played Palace already, because I know Aston Villa got sent off in that game, but then you got Newcastle, so that'd be interesting.
Newcastle will be an interesting game because Brett will tell you. Brett is as passionate as it comes as a fan. He's been home away, he's been left, right, centre, and there's no game really as fierce in the Premier League other than that. Like that, those fans don't like each other. We'll be good here, we'll be relaxed, but it is going to be a tasty game, shall we say? Cool. And it's going to be 3 points that we want to walk away with. So.
Awesome. All right, well, guys, that's it. Thanks so much. We appreciate you let us Soccerholics come to the Peacock. Great place. We'll definitely be here again. Thanks, guys, for watching. My name's Ben. Take care. We'll see you next time on Soccerholics TV.
Up the Villa. Go on, let's go, boys. Well done, Ben.
Very nice to meet you. Thanks, mate.